Eastern Europe is a region that includes a diverse group of countries with unique cultural, historical, and political backgrounds. The countries that are commonly considered part of Eastern Europe are Belarus, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Hungary, Moldova, Poland, Romania, Russia, Slovakia, and Ukraine. These countries share some common characteristics, such as a history of communism, a predominantly Slavic culture, and a strong influence of the Orthodox Church. However, each country has its own distinct identity and unique traditions. Since the fall of communism in the late 20th century, these countries have undergone significant political, economic, and social changes. Gdansk is a port city on the Baltic coast of Poland. At the center of its main town, reconstructed after are the colorful facades of Long Market. Now home to shops and restaurants. Nearby is Neptune Fountain, a 17th century symbol of the city, topped by a bronze statue of the sea god. Gdansk is also a center for the world's amber trade. Boutiques throughout the city sell the ossified resin. It is often overlooked by many travelers to Poland, in favor of the more popular spots like Warsaw, Krakow, and Wrocław. However, this city is well worth the journey north. Gdansk is known for its Long Market. Unlike other major cities in Poland that are known for having the quintessential market square Rynek, Gdansk has a Long Market Długi Targ. This Long Market is a long, wide-open pedestrian street that is lined with shops, restaurants, and more. Plovdiv is an ancient city built around 7 hills in southern Bulgaria. The Regional Archaeological Museum chronicles the city's history, with exhibits including mosaic panels, clay lamps, and early coins. Plovdiv is known for its ancient Roman theater, winding cobblestone streets, quirky old town, the 7 hills it sits upon, and the longest pedestrian street in Europe. Plovdiv is also famous for its red wine production, the colorful Kapana district, and for being the oldest city in Europe. Plovdiv is worth visiting for its incredible cultural, historical, and natural landmarks. Lake Ohrid is a lake which straddles the mountainous border between the southwestern part of North Macedonia and eastern Albania. It is one of Europe's deepest and oldest lakes, with a unique aquatic ecosystem of worldwide importance, with more than 200 endemic species. It is the deepest lake in the Balkans. It is connected by underground channels to Lake Prespa to the southeast. Lake Ohrid is known for its beauty and its fishing, and there are several beaches. Interesting historic buildings are found in the towns that lie along its shores. Lake Ohrid is one of the best places to visit in Macedonia because it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the few in the world that is both a Natural World Heritage Site, the lake itself, and a Cultural World Heritage Site, the Old Town. The High Tatras or High Tatra Mountains are a mountain range along the border of northern Slovakia in the Prague region and southern Poland in the Lesser Poland Voivodeship. They are a range of the Tatra Mountains chain. The High Tatras are one of the most popular mountain ranges in Europe, a real natural treasure for enthusiast hikers and families with older kids. Located in the northern part of Slovakia, the tourist paradise offers sights such as the Lomnicki Peak, Lake Sturbski Plazo, and the Krivan Mountain. The Tatras lie in the temperate zone of Central Europe. They are an important barrier to the movements of air masses. Their mountainous topography causes one of the most diverse climates in that region. Wrocław is a city on the Oder River in western Poland. It's known for its market square, lined with elegant townhouses and featuring a modern fountain. Also on the square is the Gothic Old Town Hall, with its large astronomical clock. Nearby is the panorama of Rakowis, a painting depicting the 1794 battle for independence. The Centennial Hall Auditorium, with its giant dome and tall spire, lies across the river. Wrocław is the capital city of the Dolnoski province in southwestern Poland and definitely a place worth visiting. Wrocław is the fourth largest city in Poland and is well known for its beauty, vibrant character, universities, and colorful market square. Brav is a city in the Transylvania region of Romania, ringed by the Carpathian Mountains. It's known for its medieval Saxon walls and bastions, the towering Gothic-style black church, and lively cafes. Piast Facilui Council Square in the cobbled old town is surrounded by colorful Baroque buildings and is home to the Casa Facilui, a former town hall turned local history museum. Brasov is a good place for visiting for its charming old town surrounded by mountains. There are lots of wonderful day trips too, such as to Bran Castle and the Bear Sanctuary. The city has a rich history dating back to the 13th century, when it was founded by the Teutonic Knights. It was an important center of trade and crafts during the Middle Ages and Renaissance, and it still preserves many of its medieval architectural and cultural heritage. Zagreb, Croatia's northwestern capital, is distinguished by its 18th and 19th century Austro-Hungarian architecture. At its center, Upper Town is the site of the Gothic, twin-spired Zagreb Cathedral and 13th century St. Mark's Church, with a colorfully tiled roof. Nearby is pedestrian-friendly Kalijeva Street, lined with outdoor cafes. Lower Town has the main square, Benjalai, plus shops, museums, and parks. It's a beautiful city, and it is actually quite underrated. You won't see nearly as many tourists as you do in the coastal cities, and it'll feel like you're really getting to know the city. If you're already planning on visiting Croatia, tack a few extra days onto your trip to visit Zagreb. Chișinău is the capital of Eastern Europe's Republic of Moldova. Amid blocks of Soviet-style architecture are landmarks including the neoclassical Nativity Cathedral. The dome-topped church anchors Chișinău's Cathedral Park, a plaza with a triumphal arch celebrating Russia's 19th century victory over the Ottoman Empire. Stephen the Great Central Park is named for a Moldovan prince who resisted Ottoman rule. Chișinău is a city in transition, with new and old buildings side by side. Many older buildings were built during Soviet times in a functional style typical of that era, but Chișinău abounds in architectural masterpieces, many of which were designed by the famous Russian architect Alexandru Bernardozzi. Tirana, the capital of Albania, is known for its colorful Ottoman, fascist, and Soviet-era architecture. It is famous as the capital city of Albania. Tirana city gives you a unique insight into Albania's communist history. You can visit famous landmarks, like the Government Boulevard, Skanderbeg Square, the Pyramid of Tirana, and the Bunkart 1 Bunker Museum. Skanderbeg Square, which is named for its equestrian statue of a national hero. On the square's north end is the modernist National History Museum, covering prehistoric times through communist rule and the anti-communist uprisings of the 1990s. As it's a small city, you can easily cover Tirana's central area in a day. Skopje is the capital and largest city of North Macedonia. It is the country's political, cultural, economic, and academic center. The territory of Skopje has been inhabited since at least 4000 BC. Remains of Neolithic settlements have been found within the old Kale fortress that overlooks the modern city center. Archaeological evidence shows that civilizations flourished in North Macedonia as early as 7,000 years BC. If you're a history buff, that means you'll simply adore Skopje's many Dardanian and Roman-era archaeological sites, Byzantine churches, and monasteries. Sarajevo, capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, is a compact city on the Miljacka River, surrounded by the Dinaric Alps. Its center has museums commemorating local history. Due to its long history of religious and cultural diversity, Sarajevo is sometimes called the Jerusalem of Europe or Jerusalem of the Balkans. It is one of a few major European cities to have a mosque, Catholic Church, Eastern Orthodox Church, and synagogue within the same neighborhood. One of the main reasons to visit Sarajevo is its mix of cultures and religions, which is reflected in its architecture, cuisine, and way of life. The city has a fascinating mix of Ottoman, Austro-Hungarian, and modern architecture, which creates a unique and beautiful cityscape. Additionally, Sarajevo is home to multiple religious sites, including mosques, synagogues, and churches. Minsk is the capital and the largest city of Belarus, located on the Svislik and the now subterranean Nyamiha rivers. As the capital, Minsk has a special administrative status in Belarus and is the administrative center of Minsk region and Minsk district. Minsk is home to the National Academy of Sciences of the Republic of Belarus, the high-tech park, and the country's largest education institutions. Minsk is the only city in Belarus that has metro service that was launched in 1984. Minsk has its own charter, coat of arms, and anthem. I think you should spend at least 2 days in Minsk. That should give you enough time to see some of the biggest Minsk attractions as well as get a feel of the city, enjoy its cafe scene or alternative culture hubs, and wander around parks. Plitvi Lakes National Park is a 295 km forest reserve in central Croatia. It's known for a chain of 16 terraced lakes, joined by waterfalls, that extend into a limestone canyon. Walkways and hiking trails wind around and across the water, and an electric boat links the 12 upper and 4 lower lakes. The latter are the site of Veliki Slap, a 78 high waterfall. As a national park, Plitvice Lakes entirely lives up to the height, and really is as impressive as the photos make it seem. As with much of Croatia, the landscape and scenery is breathtaking, and Plitvice is an experience that many visitors will never forget. Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia, is set along the Danube River by the border with Austria and Hungary. It's surrounded by vineyards and the Little Carpathian Mountains, crisscrossed with forested hiking and cycling trails. The pedestrian-only 18th-century-old town is known for its lively bars and cafes. Perched atop a hill, the reconstructed Bratislava Castle overlooks Old Town and the Danube. Bratislava is the capital of Slovakia and one of Central Europe's hidden gems. It often gets overshadowed by more famous neighbors, such as Vienna, Prague, and Budapest, but it's well worth adding to your European itinerary, often visited as a day trip from Vienna. The city has a beautiful historic downtown. Ljubljana is Slovenia's capital and largest city. It's known for its university population and green spaces, including expansive Tivoli Park. The curving Ljubeljanica River, lined in outdoor cafes, divides the city's old town from its commercial hub. Ljubljana has many museums, including the National Museum of Slovenia, displaying historic exhibitions, and the Museum of Modern Art, home to 20th-century Slovene paintings and sculptures. From green space to great day trips and cultural attractions, there are plenty of things to see and do in Ljubljana. So is Ljubljana worth visiting? Yes, indeed. It is the perfect spot for a 2-3 day vacation to relax, explore, and enjoy everything that Slovenia has to offer. Ljubljana is a city of culture. It is home to numerous theaters, museums, and galleries, and boasts one of the oldest philharmonic orchestras in the world. The first music society in Slovenia, the Academia Philharmonicorum, was founded in 1701. Belgrade is the capital of the southeast European country of Serbia. Its most significant landmark is the Beogradska Trava, an imposing fortress at the confluence of the Danube and the Sava rivers. It is known locally as Beograd, which means White City or White Fortress. After World War II, it grew to become an industrial city, and today it is Serbia's largest commercial center. Belgrade is generally very safe. Its people are very kind and happy to help, and tourists especially shouldn't encounter any bigger problems in Belgrade. However, like in any other capital, it couldn't hurt to be extra cautious. Belgrade has year-round charm, and some seasons will be more attractive to certain visitors than others. Tallinn, Estonia's capital on the Baltic Sea, is the country's cultural hub. It retains its walled, cobblestoned old town, home to cafes and shops, as well as Keek and DKK, a 15th-century defensive tower. The Old Town of Tallinn is one of the best-preserved medieval towns in Europe and is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is the most famous site in Estonia for foreign visitors. Tallinn Old Town is surrounded by a city wall and numerous defense towers that have stood the test of time. Tallinn is the capital and principal city of the small Baltic nation of Estonia. Estonia is one of the stunning countries of Europe that is frequently overlooked. Riga, Latvia's capital, is set on the Baltic Sea at the mouth of the river Daugava. It's considered a cultural center and is home to many museums and concert halls. The city is also known for its wooden buildings, Art Nouveau architecture, and medieval old town. Riga is a beautiful and vibrant city. It is full of interesting places to visit, including the Old Town, the Freedom Monument, the Riga Castle, and many other attractions. There are plenty of excellent restaurants, cafes, and bars, as well as plenty of cultural and historical sites to explore. The House of the Blackheads is a building situated in the old town of Riga, Latvia. The original building was erected during the first third of the 14th century for the Brotherhood of Blackheads, a guild for unmarried merchants, shipowners, and foreigners in Riga. Vilnius, Lithuania's capital, is known for its Baroque architecture, seen especially in its medieval old town. But the buildings lining this district's partially cobblestone streets reflect diverse styles and eras, from the neoclassical Vilnius Cathedral to Gothic Stede End's Church. The 16th century Gate of Dawn, containing a shrine with a sacred Virgin Mary icon, once guarded an entrance to the original city. Vilnius is known, among other things, for the architecture of its old town, one of the largest and best-preserved old towns in northern, eastern, and central Europe, declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. There are so many brilliant things to do in Vilnius that you'll want to stay for longer than a weekend break. And now CNN Travel agrees with me too. Vilnius is one of their top destinations for 2023. We'd been to the other Baltic capital cities, Tallinn and Riga, on previous #EU trips. Bucharest in southern Romania is the country's capital and commercial center. Bucharest is famous for its rich cultural heritage, historical landmarks, and vibrant nightlife. Its iconic landmark is the massive, communist-era palatial parliamentary government building, which has 1,100 rooms. Bucharest is a great city. I was there last August for 2.5 days and found that there is quite a lot to do. In particular, there are many nice bars, restaurants, and good coffee places. The architecture is also quite varied and interesting. Bucharest is an affordable tourist destination because the local currency, RON, is weaker than the dollar or euro or pound and most of the other Western currencies. Sofia is the capital of the Balkan nation of Bulgaria. It's in the west of the country, below Vitoša mountain. The city's landmarks reflect more than 2,000 years of history, including Greek, Roman, Ottoman, and Soviet occupation. Medieval Bojana Church has 13th century frescoes, built by the Romans in the 4th century. Stidi George Rotunda Church has medieval and Ottoman decoration dating to the 10th century. Sofia is known for the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, its hot mineral springs, ancient Roman history, and countless museums. The Bulgarian capital is also famous for its lush parks, Viennese-style architecture, unusual bridges, and the jaw-dropping Vitoša mountain. Dubrovnik is a city in southern Croatia, fronting the Adriatic Sea. It's known for its distinctive old town, encircled with massive stone walls completed in the 16th century. Its well-preserved buildings range from Baroque St. Blaise Church to Renaissance Sponza Palace and Gothic Rector's Palace, now a history museum. Paved with limestone, the pedestrianized Stratton or Plaka is lined with shops and restaurants. Dubrovnik is one of the most popular tourist destinations in all of Europe, located on the Adriatic Sea in Croatia. With its stunning old town, the city offers a unique blend of medieval architecture, cobblestone streets, and breathtaking views of the sea. Krakow, a southern Poland city near the border of the Czech Republic, is known for its well-preserved medieval core and Jewish quarter. Its old town ringed by Plany Park and remnants of the city's medieval walls is centered on the stately, expansive Rynek Glony. This plaza is the site of the Cloth Hall, a Renaissance-era trading outpost, and St. Mary's Basilica, a 14th-century Gothic church. Krakow is a vibrant city in southern Poland, known as the cultural capital of the country. It is home to many historical sites and attractions, including Wall Royal Castle, the former royal residence of the Polish monarchy. The historic city center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and visitors come to explore the cobbled streets and admire the magnificent architecture. Budapest, Hungary's capital, is bisected by the river Danube. Its 19th-century chain bridge connects the hilly Buda district with flat Pest. The Star of the Danube, Budapest, is outrightly known for so many famous things. For instance, the rich culture, underground caves, Danube River, the drop-dead beautiful Parliament building, local delicacies, and being the world's spa capital. Hungary is one of the world's most peaceful and safest countries. In fact, it has risen further to becoming the 13th most peaceful nation among 163 countries based on the newest Global Peace Index. Therefore, as the Hungarian capital, it goes without saying that Budapest is a very safe city for tourists to visit. Prague, capital city of the Czech Republic, is bisected by the Vltava River. Nicknamed the City of 100 Spires, it's known for its Old Town Square, the heart of its historic core, with colorful Baroque buildings, Gothic churches and the medieval astronomical clock, which gives an animated hourly show. Completed in 1402, pedestrian Charles Bridge is lined with statues of Catholic saints. There's the usual must-see sites like Prague Castle, the astronomical clock and Charles Bridge, but once you've seen them, there's still plenty to do. From tons of delicious cafes and restaurants, to parks in every part of the city, to virtual reality and selfie museums. It is impossible to ever get bored here. Prague is famous for its cultural life. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart lived there, and his Prague Symphony and Don Giovanni were first performed in the city. In addition, the lyric music of the great Czech composers Bedřich Smetana, Anton and Dvok, and Leo Janek is commemorated each year in a spring music festival.